guys, so now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to build that. What you want to start out by doing is building a 9 by 8 platform. That's what you're going to need for this. I'm going to be using white wool on previous layers and a different colored wool per layer so that it's easily referenceable. First, we're going to do this cyan layer right here. You want to go forward 2 and go 2 from the left and place a row of 5 blocks. This should be centered in the platform. Behind those blocks, you want to go ahead and place redstone repeaters all facing that direction, and you want to place blocks behind those redstone repeaters. Then you want to place a redstone repeater, redstone torch, alternating pattern like so. Make sure that these redstone repeaters are facing into these blocks as well. Then on these last 2 repeaters right here, you want to place 2 blocks. Okay, next we have this light purple layer. You want to start by placing a whole row of blocks in front of this layer of 5 that you placed in the blue. Then you want to place redstone dust on top of that, and on the corners place 2 blocks with redstone torches on them. You then want to place another layer of 5 blocks, and then on top of those 5 blocks that you placed in the last layer, you want to place redstone torches. Then behind that, you want to place another layer of 5 blocks with redstone torches lining up with the dust. Then you want to place redstone dust on top of those last 2 blocks that you placed in the last step. Next, we have this light blue layer right here. You want to start by placing 2 blocks on the end of that long row that we placed in the light purple layer. Then you want to place a layer of 5 blocks, once again centered, and place buttons on those blocks. Then you want to place redstone repeaters all set to 4 ticks facing towards the end of the contraption and place blocks into that. Then you want to place a redstone dust, redstone repeater alternating pattern. Make sure that the redstone dust lines up with the torches placed in the last step. Make sure that the redstone repeaters are set to 2 ticks. You then want to place these 2 blocks lined up with the repeaters and place torches on them. You also want to make sure that you place a torch on this block. Next, we have this yellow layer. You want to start once again by placing 2 blocks on the edge of this. Then you want to place down a row of 5 blocks with an extra one on the left. You can place your signs on this layer if you would like to. Then on this block right here, you want to place a redstone torch. Then you want to place 5 more blocks and place a redstone torch on the right. You also want to place 5 redstone torches above this row of torches. Next, we have this green layer. Once again, you want to start by placing 2 blocks on the end of the contraption. Place 5 blocks above your signs with an extra block on the right and an extra 2 blocks on the left. Place redstone torches right above the signs and make sure that you have redstone repeaters placed. Make sure that the repeaters are facing into these blocks up front and that they're set to 5 ticks. 4 ticks. You also want to make sure that you place a block above the torch placed in the last step and 2 blocks over here. You want to make sure that you also place blocks above these torches as well. Next, we have the pink layer. We want to outline the front top of the design with blocks and place 1 back. You then want to place a redstone torch next to the repeater on the right and place dust and dust like shown. You then want to have a redstone repeater pulling power directly out of this torch set to 4 ticks. Then over here on the left, you want to go ahead and place redstone dust right next to the most left repeater and place a redstone repeater set to 1 tick. Finally, we have this gray layer right here. You want to start by placing down your dispensers. Make sure that they are facing towards the front of the contraption, and in all there should be a total of 7. Then you want to make sure that you place on the right a block pulling power from this, and over here you want to place a block to the left of this dispenser. You then want to place blocks in front of all these dispensers, and the glowstone is optional. However, a block does need to go in that position. So anyway, guys, that's how you build this device. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment or PM me. If not, I am now going to go into how this thing works. If not, you guys can just go ahead and head on out. But right now I'm going to show you the concepts that make this thing work. So the first thing we have that makes this device work is this crazy contraption right here. And you actually build this in the design. And what this is a one-wide resettable, self-resettable RS NOR latch. This is what allows you to select the item, and then when you press this button, it will select the item, and it also resets all the torches. So you're only selecting one item at a time. That's really nice. This design goes out to Static777. He's no longer on YouTube, unfortunately, but his design was great for this. So definitely credits go to him on this design. And this is what each button over here is, and that's why they're able to sit right next to each other. Next, we have the way that pistons work, or dispensers work, excuse me. If you power a dispenser by pushing power into a block below it, like so, these repeaters, when I press this button, will push power into this block, and the dispenser will be powered from below. So I'll press this button right here, and as you can see, I only get the blue wool, even though both dispensers are full. And I can go over here as well and press this, and as you can see, I get purple wool, even though both dispensers are full. That's because they're receiving power from below. However, if I directly power this dispenser from behind, this one purple, this one blue, go ahead and press it, they both dispense. And it's just a weird behavior dispensers have, and I'll press this button as well, and as you can see, both dispense, and that's because I'm powering them directly from the back instead of below or above. And so that's one of the concepts that this works on. All these dispensers that are behind that layer right there are powered from below and not directly behind, and that allows just one item to be dispensed even though the dispensers are right next to each other, and that's how I got about that. Next, dispensers have an extremely fun behavior. I just covered this guy up, and that is why all these blocks are here. There's nothing special. But if I come up front here, and the dispenser's behind this block, as you can see, and it's loaded, and if I go ahead and put a block in front of the dispenser with blocks on the side of it, and press it, it shoots directly down. And that's because the item has to find a place to go, and so it actually goes between this crevice between the two blocks. However, it does that on the underneath, so the item gets shot straight down, which, as you saw in the demonstration before, the items get shot straight down, and so that's how that part works. Also, over here, this is the simple triple pulsar design that I use to get the glass bottles. So you can see I have some cyan wool in there. And this is what will give you the glass bottles. This is what is built. However, there's a redstone torch here instead of a button, but it's still the same concept. So if I go ahead and press this button, as you can see, 3 cyan wool are dispensed. The reason this works is quite interesting. However, it's because of the new dispenser behavior. Basically, what happens first is upon pressing this button, power is instantly pushed into this block, and the dispenser realizes it and dispenses. 4 ticks later, power is pushed directly into the dispenser and causes another one to be dispensed. However, the third one is actually caused upon this repeater being unpowered. And if I go ahead and break that right there, this will actually turn into a double pulsar. As you can see, when the repeater turns on, one block comes out, and when it turns off, another block comes out. It's just a way that dispensers act, and they realize when a block, or when a redstone update has occurred. And since turning it off is a redstone update, it will dispense. However, if I were to place redstone dust here, it will only dispense once, and that turning off doesn't count as redstone update. So that's how that part works. So these are the very simple, basically 1, 2, 3, 4 components that make this thing work. So it's really great. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. This has been Doc Redstone. Please rate, comment, subscribe. I'd also like to give a big thank you and a shout out to Exuma Void. He featured my last potion design on his channel, and I definitely suggest you guys check that out. Check out his channel, and the name of the video that he gave me a shout out in was called Ixuma's Show Episode 2. So anyway guys, thanks for watching. This has been Redstone. Rate, comment, subscribe. Thanks guys, and peace out.